Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making a watercolor sympathy card. And the stamp set that I'm using for this sympathy card is from Simon Says Stamp. It's from last year. It's the sketched flowers. And I don't know if this came with a monthly set or if it is one that I purchased separately through Simon Says Stamp, but if it's still available, I'll have it linked below in the description box. And if not, I would just recommend that you find a nice big floral image from your stash. Use whatever you have, and it's going to turn out very nice. So I'm just using some Versamark here, and I stamped it using the Versamark. I have Brutus Monroe Gilded Embossing Powder, which is gold embossing powder. And I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss the entire floral image. This is a very large image. It's a 6x8 stamp set. I would say this image is easily 5 inches tall. As a matter of fact, the card that I end up making is a 5x7 card because it is quite large of an image. Once I have my embossing powder down, I'm just going to go ahead and heat emboss this image. It takes a few minutes for the image to be heat embossed because it is quite large. Again, this is Brutus Monroe Gilded Embossing Powder, and that's gold. Please check the description box below. I'll have details on where you can find this embossing powder, as well as the other items that I used to create this card. What I'm going to be doing is a watercolor emboss resist so that whenever I go to watercolor, um, and it will stay within the lines of the image. This is also stamped out on watercolor paper, and I wanted to let you know that as well. Once I'm done here with this, I'm going to go ahead and get my watercolors out. I have this pack of Arteza 12 watercolors, half pans, basically your primary colors. I think this is the smallest set that Arteza sells. And I have some watercolor brushes or watercolor pens here that I'm using. I'm going to use purple tape to adhere my image down to this cutting board. This helps prevent it from warping. And there's two different colors of red. Basically what I'm doing is taking and I'm watering it down so that it looks more pink. And basically I'm just using my watercolor brush to mix the water with the red paint to give it the pink. Now I didn't wet my watercolor paper down first. I'm just basically applying it straight to the watercolor paper. But again, I am diluting that watercolor with water. You can't see it on the screen. And I apologize that the screen is facing in this direction. But I recorded this during a Facebook Live event, and the Facebook only allows you to basically film in this direction, and so it's a portrait orientation. So you can see here, I'm just going ahead and I'm coloring in the roses, the flowers, trying to make the centers of the rose darker pink than the outside. And then I'm going to go ahead and start coloring in the leaves after I finish with the flowers. This is not done in real time, by the way. I have this going a lot faster than it normally is. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use a different brush and grab some of that green You can see how I'm watering it down into my little pan there. And I'm going to go ahead and color in my leaves with this green watercolor. I think this is the fern green color. And I think the red that I was using was cadmium red light. And so it's a pretty simple watercolor. It only uses two colors, red and green. I diluted the red with some water to make it look pink. And the green, I diluted it also with a little bit of water. Okay, this is what the card looks like at the end. I was able to use a embossing folder and emboss a wood grain background. I also used the same Brutus Monroe gold embossing powder for my Sympathy sentiment, and I put some flat back pearls on the card panel, peach and pink and green. And this is another image of the finished card. And I put it on a piece of pink card base. Thank you for watching my video today. If you're not a subscriber, I would encourage you to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and ring the bell so that you can check out future videos that I post. I try to post at least once a week, and I'm getting close to having 1,000 viewers. At that time, I'm going to be having a very large giveaway. So you'll definitely want to subscribe for that. Thanks everyone. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.